Welcome back to Not Real Fishing, everybody, and today we are going to be going fishing at the industrial pond. Now, I had full intentions of going fishing today with just Tenkara gear, but I can't find my fly box. I've looked everywhere. I do not know where it's at. The only place I haven't looked is in storage. And so most likely we're going to continue with the spoons that we made in last week's video. Which, speaking of last week, sorry my upload schedule has been a little off this year so far. I've just got so much crazy stuff going on with family and also trying to balance that, plus you know just having a new girlfriend, all that kind of stuff. It's been really hard to find time to get out and film, and that's, you know, in the days that I do have time, the weather's bad, it's just, there's always something coming in the way. I'm trying to get back to where I'm doing 2 videos a week, which I had planned on starting this week, but last Thursday my mom went back to the hospital and she was in there for another 5 or 6 days. For those of you who are new here, my mom has cancer, so I'm dealing with, you know, and the reason why I deal with that is because my little brother has special needs and I take care of him when her and my dad are in the hospital with my mom. But she was in the hospital because she ended up having a kidney infection from her nephrostomy tubes. So she's on antibiotics now. She came home Monday evening. I was going to go fishing on Monday night, but I couldn't because I had to stay because my internet was completely out of my house because the internet line got cut. So we had no internet from, I don't know, Sunday morning into Monday afternoon. They came around 6 or 7 to fix it, which was nice to finally have internet back. But so I wasn't able to go because I had to stay to meet with the internet person, and they didn't get there till 6 or 7, and by that point the sun was already setting, so I didn't get any footage for Tuesday. Last week's video with the spoon was actually recorded last weekend because I didn't go fishing at all last weekend because I was taking care of my little brother. So today, it is currently Wednesday, and we are going to hit the industrial pond with some spoons. I do have the Tenkara rods in the trunk, but I have one big popper tied on, and then I think I have like 2 other flies on there, and maybe I have one stuck in the actual keeper. So we might do some fly fishing when we get there, depending on how bad the spoons go, because I don't have any soft plastics. I didn't bring anything. All I have is the spoons, and then whatever few flies I have on the Tenkara rod. And I'm gonna check her car again. This is my girlfriend's car, for her. See if I left it in here. I didn't see it when I looked a minute ago, but who knows. But anyways, I'll meet you guys at the water, and yeah, hopefully this trip goes really well. Well guys, we've made it to the water, and I don't know if you can tell, but it's very, very windy. So Tenkara probably wouldn't have been very viable anyways. But we're gonna go to the end where there's a point, and we're gonna try to throw the really big spoon first because that's what's currently tied on. And then we'll probably switch over to a smaller one and fish our way back. I don't have much hopes for this. I don't think it's gonna go as well as I'd like. Then again, we could fish this little culvert. I have seen bass in front of this culvert. I'd rather get towards the end and fish with the wind in my back. So that's what we're gonna do. I got my 16-footer and my 14-footer. I'm probably gonna stick with the 14-footer for most of this. The 16-footer would be really nice in this back section where it's so wide. But because last time we were here, I got shocked by the whatchamacallit, makes me a little nervous to want to bring it out. So we're gonna make our way down and see if we can get something to eat. Maybe that giant catfish will be interested, who knows. But yeah, I'm gonna get this. And for those of you who are new, who weren't here last week, I made these spoons out of a spoon. And I also made a couple other variants, and I made a few other variants since I made that video, which I have with me. One of them is very small. I use like the middle part of the spoon instead of just the end and the top. And I'm hoping that smaller design will be a good little section to use because it's so thin. It's almost like a needle jig. It'd be better if I could like shape it a bit more on like an angle grinder, but I don't have one. Not an angle grinder, but it's like a grinder in general. All I have is a file, like a rasp, and my hands. So we're gonna try this. There is a fish feeding in the water. I see him right beside me, small fish. So let's get this, give this a few casts and see if we can't get something to. I got a piece of grass. All right, so this is going to be difficult with the wind. We're gonna go a little bit further down in the hopes of maybe getting some near this culvert. I have seen a lot of bass near it before, because right now this isn't looking too promising. I may need to, like I said, go put on a smaller spoon, which is probably what I'm gonna be having to do anyways. But I have seen some really nice sized bass over near this culvert, so maybe one will be fired enough to eat. We got a 3-pounder. Not what we're after today. Try to fish this a little bit on the faster side. See if I can get more of a reaction strike more than a oh, that looks yummy strike. I'm not seeing any fish like I normally do over here. I see a bluegill. I'm gonna try a smaller spoon. I think this spoon is just too big. I was about to walk all the way over there, then I don't have to. So we're gonna change the spoon out and we'll get right back. All right, guys. This is what we're switching to. It's more of a smaller one. I wanted to get smaller treble hooks, but I didn't have any at the time. I have some at home now, but I didn't bring them. So we're gonna try this. Yeah, hopefully something will eat it. I did see one bluegill over here. Maybe he'll be interested in a smaller presentation. I mean, only one way to find out, really, I guess. I will say, well, I will say it's a little bit easier and harder to fish with these smaller ones. It's really hard to see the action of them though, so it's kind of hard to get an idea as how they're looking in the water. Alright guys, we're going to come back over here where we started. We're just going to do a couple casts I don't think these are going to be the way to do this today. We are going to try to go back to the car, get the Tenkara rods out, maybe we can get lucky and get something to eat. So yeah, at this point, guys, I think we're gonna head back to the car, grab a Tenkara rod, and hope that either the bigger popper or something is gonna attract the fish, because this ain't gonna work. For starters, I don't see any fish, and for seconds, it's just between the wind and not having enough control and the grass being so thick on the bottom, all we're doing is casting down, getting hooked in the grass, and then lifting up, cleaning off the grass, rinse and repeat. We are gonna try right there at that corner by the culvert before we completely throw in the towel, because there usually is a whole lot of bluegill, and sometimes there's some bass that sit over there that they might be hungry enough to eat this. We're gonna give it a try. If not, we have a middle size one of these that's a little bit bigger than this, and got a little bit more action. I have some ideas for more of these, like taking a butter knife blade and kind of making it into like another vertical jig kind of deal. I really wanted to find some absolutely tiny spoons, like the little collectible spoons from the different states, like one of those kind of spoons, and try to cut them to size and give them a try. So I went to a bunch of antique stores to look for them, and I saw so many of them that, Jesus Christ, that actually scared the living hell out of me. That fake dog scared the hell out of me. Whew. That scared me. I don't know if y'all saw it, but it was scared the bejesus out of me. Can't believe that got me. That did. Another reason why I wanted to come over to this side is there's shade, and generally it's sandier in this one little patch. Doesn't mean anything, but maybe it'll change our opportunities of catching something. We were snagged onto something. We got off of it though. I generally catch a lot of bluegill in this corner. Alright guys, as I'm walking back to the water, I did just remember something. I think I might know where my fly box is. So a little while ago, I took all my fly tying gear out of my tackle box that I had specifically for fly fishing, and I had another one specifically for Canepole fishing, and I conjoined them into that one big book bag. I'm carrying this little book bag now because it's just for the spoons, but eventually this stuff's going to go into the repertoire of the big bag. And I think one day I went fly fishing out of town. I didn't record anything because I ended up not going, but I do think, okay, nothing in that side. We might get lucky and have something in the keepers. Okay, we have one brown kabari and a red looking something. We're gonna go with the usual, geez, what's the name of my rod? It's been so long. What's this rod called, guys? Y'all remember? The, not the Sato, not the Imago, Roto. It's right there on the rod. Anyway, we're gonna go with this. And got floating line on there. And then we just have a, that ain't all, is it? Why does that feel so short? Anyway, ooh, that's really short line too. We have a really short leader on here, which I guess is okay. What we have for a Kabari is just this very natural color Kabari with some green, some purple thread, and some pink. And yeah. I still think it's gonna work fairly well. As long as the fish are actually hungry. I'm staying crouched because how do you figure that? Even this gets tangled up in the grass. The wind is not helping either. The speed, I don't know, but they're not committing to it. So what I'm actually gonna do, I think I'm actually gonna go to a different pond. It's right up the road from here. It's like literally around the corner. We've had a lot of rain, so the water levels at that pond should be up, and if they are, it might be a lot of fun. So I'll meet you guys there. All right, guys, a lot of you may recognize this one. This is the one that I almost fell in. It has a lot of rocks, and I found a lot of the fish here tend to be fairly aggressive. There's a lot of green sunfish. I'm bringing the Canepole with me again, just in case, you know. Sorry guys, what I was trying to say was, battery died on me. And what I was trying to say is we fished this pond quite a few times. This is the pond that I almost fell into when my mom was with me. And there's a lot of green sunfish and some nice sized bluegills in here as well. But so that's going to be the target. We did bring the Canepole as well, just in case, because maybe it'll pan out better here than previously. But for starters, we're gonna carefully walk on these rocks, get out to where we can cast towards the middle, and see if we can't get something to eat. Well, this is what I mean by a very small one, guys. He actually went for it, missed the hook, and got foul hooked. Hold on, little dude. Quit moving. Oh, come here. Oh, don't go in the grass. Oh, I can't find him. There he is. Come here. There we go. Tiny little guy. We're gonna go to the end, all the way to the end where that big structure is, and on that corner. I just saw a little bit of movement over there. I'm hoping, praying that there's some activity that is gonna get us on the board here. I mean, that technically counts, but you know, it means y'all will be able to see this footage now at the bare minimum. But I'd like something a little bit better than that. Finally, got one by the mouth. All right. Not very big at all, but it's by the mouth, which means we didn't get skunked. So we're gonna let this little guy go. Right there. And what we're gonna do now, we're gonna go up to the grass. We're gonna extend our line length a little bit, and we're gonna put on the brown color to see if maybe that'll help us get a different hookup ratio. We could bring out the spoon. I just don't, if we catch a bigger bluegill or something, maybe we'll try it. I just don't think it's gonna be the best for the moment. So we're gonna get this rigged up and get back to it. Well guys, that trip was not as exciting as I would have hoped it would have been, but we technically didn't get skunked. We caught 2. They were just tiny. Not exactly what I had, you know, anticipated for my first trip back to Tenkara fishing. I was hoping to kind of put the smack down on them, but it's been really hot today. We've had a lot of rain the past couple days. It's really not the best fishing conditions, but I just said F it, I'm gonna go for it anyways, and I did. I have no regrets, but I do kind of wish the fishing was a little bit better. I know for a fact if I had gone to the creek we would have done really well, but I just wanted to change the scenery. I'm sure you guys are tired of seeing the same spot too, so I went there. Pretty soon I hope to be bringing some ocean videos. My Uncle Angel has a boat and I've gone out with him twice now, I think, and we've had pretty good results. Nothing crazy, but enough that I might be video worthy next time. That's kind of why I've been making these spoons, is because I wanted to take them out to the salt and see how they go. And depending on how they do, I'll try those. Like, imagine just dropping those down like next to a bridge, like when the bluefish are running or something. That'd be fun, especially on the Canepole. Or even getting on some red drum. I mean, anything at this point sounds fun. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know it was kind of short and a little bit everywhere, but sometimes this is how fishing trips go. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, share, subscribe, and take it easy.